What age did you first start using?
I experimented with marijuana and alcohol when I was 12. I used it socially and then used marijuana at age 16 every day. Alcohol socially, and then I started using meth at age 27.
I started using marijuana and alcohol about age 11, and then at age 14, my dad died, and I started using cocaine and trying other drugs.
What were the influences that made you start using?
Some of the influences that made me start using and when I was younger is because I was doing what everybody else did. You know, it was the in thing to do. You know, boredom. You know, everybody else is doing it. Why shouldn't I? Let's try it. Then when I got into the meth addiction, it was because I did not have God in my life. God was there, but I didn't use Him at the time. I didn't utilize Him. And my mom passed away, and that filled the void that I had.
The people I was hanging out with, I wasn't hanging out with the right people or doing the right things that I believe I should have been.
How did your behavior change whenever you were using?
When I was using, my behavior changes were like, I was always happy. I was always, you know, everything was great. Everything was wonderful. But on the inside, I was just dying. I thought no one knew about my pain and my suffering, but everyone did know. I just choose to think that everybody didn't know.
I didn't care about people or anything but my using.
How does your life compare now to what it was before whenever you were using?
My life's a lot better. I'm more focused on things that matter in life, God, and the people that really matter in my life and people in the community.
How do you plan on staying sober and clean?
I plan on staying clean and sober today by doing the things that I'm supposed to do in my recovery. Like, my biggest thing is my God in my life. My God is a big thing to me. I pray morning during the day when times are tough. I believe that God in my life is where I need to be, and He leads me in the right direction that I need to go. Brandon, what have you learned from my active addiction, and how has it affected you?
I have learned that drugs can really mess up your life, and it has affected me by not having a life whenever you were using.
Brandon, how was your life affected by moving in and out of the house with me, moving into Aunt Teresa's, and my active addiction in recovery?
It was different because I wasn't used to the rules, and I wasn't used to not having you there even though you were still using.
Brandon, how did you know what anhydrous smelled like?
I got used to the smell. I could just tell from the ammonia smell, and plus I've learned about ammonia in school.
Brandon, how has your life changed by not being in the parent role?
It's changed a lot. I can actually go out and have fun with my friends instead of being home, taking care of my sister, and not having to worry about getting her to bed and feeding her all the time.
Brandon, how does your life compare now to when I was using?
Now it is way much better than how it was whenever you were using, because like I said before, whenever you were using, it was hard to see you do that because you would always keep me out of the room and I was never around you. Most of the time I was always taking care of my sister or in my room doing whatever. What I'm doing now is I'm able to have a life. I'm doing good on school, and it's just happy to see you in recovery and away from all the drugs and alcohol. I am making this video for the active users and the young student body to remind them not to use drugs or alcohol or meth, not even once. We are a living statement of a clean and sober family.